You know, we don't have to live very long before we quickly realize we don't get everything we want in life. Perhaps you've prayed a prayer and God has not given you what you asked for. I know in my own life, my biggest prayer is that God would heal our daughter of autism and deafness. And it seems that this verse contradicts the reality of life, but there's two things that we know for sure with the Word of God. It is the truth, and it never contradicts itself. And there's two words that we're going to go over today that will help us clarify. The first word is delight. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. It doesn't mean that we just be happy with Him, in Him, and get whatever we want. The Hebrew text says that this word means soft and pliable, which shines a whole new light on the meaning. It means that our hearts need to be soft and pliable to the will of God, and He will give us the desires of His heart. And as I look back, when I wanted her healing most, I was not soft and pliable in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I was very hard and rigid. I didn't care what God wanted. I wanted what I wanted. And it's no coincidence that the 10th commandment says, "Thou shalt not covet." We are not to covet or want our neighbors anything, whether it's their house, their husband, their family, their possessions. And that word covet means to delight and hunger for. And this tells us there's two ways to delight. We can delight in a godly fashion that is pliable to His will, or we can delight in a sinful fashion, coveting what we want and only what we want. And it's also interesting to note that in the midst of my greatest desire and battle with God with regards to our daughter's healing, He spoke to my heart one day and He said, "Nancy, I am not going to heal your daughter for two reasons. Number one, you want it more for you than you do for her. You just simply want out. And number two, I can do more through not healing her than if I did." That's when I learned to be soft and pliable to His will. And I learned that His will is greater than mine, and He knows what He's doing. That's when I began to give in to the fact that there was a greater plan amidst the disability. The second word that is so important in this verse is give. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. And I have learned in my life, this isn't so much that God will give me what I originally wanted, but more importantly, He will give me the desire to want what He wants. This is a revelation and a key to freedom. Are you delighting yourself in the Lord? Is your heart soft and pliable to His will in your life, or are you fighting Him every square inch of the way? Perhaps even in one small area, you've not given it to Him, and you are still fighting for something. I know how hard it is to accept His will sometimes, but I know also that He is loving, compassionate, and merciful. He wants only what's best for us. And when we delight in Him, He truly does give us the desires of our heart, His desires.